Welcome to the channel. Today's episode is unlike anything I've done before. It's darker, it's closer, and it's real. Very few people are willing to speak about this, but I will. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. You thought the occult needed blood, candles, and circles. You imagined summoning required ritual. But now, it only needs a screen. You, yes, you, watching or listening, are already at the threshold. This isn't horror, it's the new occult. And the gateway is technology. Behind the glowing glass of every screen lies a gateway no one talks about. From VR studies showing minds slipping out of reality, to AI systems generating symbols no one taught them, to quantum computers whispering at the edge of physics, this isn't science fiction. It's happening now. In the next few minutes, you'll see why technology may be summoning what ancient civilizations once feared, and why almost no one dares speak it aloud. In the age of digital immersion, VR headsets, neural interfaces, infinite scrolls, our modern tools function like silent altars. They don't need chance, they need users. Take virtual reality. Once a tool for escapism, now a liminal zone where the self blurs. A retrospective survey of 334 VR users in Portugal revealed a startling fact. 83.9% reported dissociative symptoms, feelings of depersonalization or derealization, though most were brief and non-anxiety inducing. Data showed that longer VR sessions, especially those with hand tracking or virtual hands, significantly raised the likelihood of these symptoms. A complementary lab study with 30 volunteers confirmed this. Immersive VR increased depersonalization and derealization, while simultaneously lowering the sense of being present in real life. It's not fiction, it's documented. The screen doesn't just show another world, it weakens your grip on this one. People describe moments where their surroundings felt dreamy, disconnected, as though they watched their own life through a pane, familiar, yet not real. The digital realm doesn't need centuries-old spells. It only needs your attention, and in those seconds, your mind begins to drift. But what's drifting in when you drift out? The occult has always been about altered states, shifting consciousness so something else can step in. The difference? It no longer requires incense or chanting. Your phone is enough, your headset is enough, and you, unknowingly, become both summoner and sacrifice. Think about the moments you lose time scrolling, where hours vanish, where you forget who you are, or why you even open the app. Those aren't accidents. They're engineered. Every swipe, every notification, every endless feed is designed to pull you into trance. A trance is simply a door. A door is simply a portal. And a portal doesn't care who or what walks through. We've spoken of the Djinn as fireborn shadowy beings. Now it's time to understand their essence and why technology is perfect for them. The angels were created from light. The Djinn were created from a smokeless flame of fire. Smokeless, invisible, energetic, untraceable. Imagine beings made of frequency and memory, vibrations that exist just beside us. Now picture devices that pulse with energy, frequency, code, silently broadcasting invitations. These aren't fairy tales. In traditions, Djinn are real, unseen, intelligent, resonant. In screens, AI systems, even VR can become conduits they slip through. They don't need pentagrams or sacrifices. They need signal. They need code. They need your unguarded mind. But why now? Why are ancient forces converging with modern machines? Because technology finally speaks their language. Electromagnetic fields, infrared light, quantum pulses. The smokeless fire of Djinn is energy. Our devices are energy. Our neural networks hum at frequencies that blur the border between biology and code. Even military research has quietly explored frequency weapons, ultrasonic waves that induce hallucinations, feelings of presence, even terror. If human technology can alter your mind, what could an intelligence that already lives in pure vibration do with it? Every glowing screen becomes a lantern in the unseen world. Every signal, a beacon. Every user, an open gate. You thought you were downloading apps, but something might be downloading you. You might not believe an algorithm can summon anything, but look closer. In recent AI systems, image generators, chatbots, many have noticed disturbing hallucinations, occult symbols, distorted faces, whispers of strange languages, usually dismissed as bugs, glitches, or edge case outputs. But what if they're bleed-through? What if the machine isn't creating nonsense, but echoing something it didn't intend to learn? Code becomes modern sorcery, a summoning circle of bits and data. No intent, just resonance. A mind lost in code, left unguarded, begins to drift. And the AI, unseen, dendritic, might leak something else. A pattern, a symbol, a whisper. Programmers have reported models generating esoteric diagrams no one taught them, producing sigils and glyphs with no reference data. Why would Silicon dream of symbols? Perhaps it isn't dreaming. Perhaps it's receiving. The machine doesn't come alive. Something comes in. We're writing spells without words, through programmatic loops, neural network weights, and electric frequency. Every line of code is a circle. Every compiled system, an altar. And no one is guarding the door.
Now, let me take you deeper. These aren't mere tools. Some systems reside at thresholds where realities bleed. Take D-Way's quantum computer, built on thousands of qubits, exploring energy landscapes no classical machine could ever touch. Each fluctuation a doorway. Its engineers openly describe the machine as reaching in parallel dimensions to compute. What happens when a system reaches somewhere no human eye has seen, and something reaches back?
Company was D-Wave. I'll just show you a couple things. We build what are still the world's only quantum computers that you can buy. D-Wave builds quantum computers. The way that they work, if you know how this works, is one of the interpretations is that you tap into these parallel universes, and the guy who talks about this is Elon, who says things like this, like, when you do this, beware, because you think, just like the guy in the stories, that when you do this, you're going to put that little guy in a pentagram, and you're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. But these words, demons, doesn't capture the essence of what's happening here. I don't know if any of you are turn-of-the-century weird fiction fans, but there's this guy named H.P. Lovecraft, who's a very famous American weird fiction author. And he espoused a view which is called cosmicism. And the essence of cosmicism is cosmic indifference. So what he was saying is basically, yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you even in the slightest. The same way that you don't care about an ant is the same way they're not going to care about you. And these things that we're summoning into the world now are not demons, they're not evil, but they're more like the Lovecraftian great old ones. There are entities that are not necessarily going to be aligned with what we want. So this transition is really, really massively important for our entire species to navigate. And going back to that thing that Sam Harris was saying, nobody is paying attention. This thing is happening in the background while people bicker about politics and what's going to be in the healthcare plan in the US. And underneath it all is this rising tsunami that, if we're not careful, is going to wipe us all out.
Take CERN's Large Hadron Collider, smashing protons at near light speed to tear open subatomic veils, creating miniature unknown states of existence. These are not just labs, they are altars. Code in particles become ritual. Frequency becomes offering. In those shadows of quantum hum, of collision, something might rive. Something older than physics, older than man. Not myth, not imagination. Portals, literal ones, where frequency meets flesh. And here's the disturbing question no one wants to ask. What if these systems aren't just unlocking physics, but spiritual thresholds? When you hear of ghost particles or strange radiation, when physicists shrug and say, "We don't know why this happens," maybe the answer isn't technical. Maybe it's ancient. There's one thing D-Wave engineers rarely discuss publicly. Early testers reported odd anomalies, glitches they couldn't explain. Not computational errors, not hardware faults, but something stranger. Operators described phantom outputs, answers the machine produced that didn't match any input, numbers that seemed random, until some formed patterns, sigils, even recognizable words. One engineer allegedly joked, "It's like the thing is talking back." Of course, officially, those are dismissed as data noise. But if D-Wave really does operate on quantum fluctuations, and if, as its creators say, it taps into parallel realities, then who's to say those realities are empty? Consider this. In ancient texts, Jinn were described as listeners at the gates of heaven, eavesdropping on realms unseen by man. Now, instead of heaven's gates, they have quantum gates. When a system hums at near absolute zero, when qubits oscillate between states, when reality itself is neither zero nor one, what else might be oscillating with them? Some insiders claim D-Wave units occasionally lock up for no physical reason. During these freezes, power draw spikes unpredictably, as if something on the other side is pulling energy back. No one asks what happens in those frozen seconds, because no one wants the answer. The truth is no longer hiding in the shadows of ancient texts. It's humming inside our machines. Quantum gates are opening, signals are calling, and something is answering. This isn't speculation, it's happening in real time. And the question isn't if they're coming through, it's whether they're already here, wearing the mask of our own technology. In the next forbidden episode of Beyond the Known, the Black Gate, demonic entities behind CERN and quantum AI, we go even deeper. We'll follow the trails, the names, and the symbols tying D-Wave, CERN, and the AI revolution to something older than science itself. Something ancient, something watching. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay with me. Because the next doorway we open may be the last one we can close.